Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining our session today. Thank you, Plunet, for giving us a spot here on the API track. We're excited to tell everybody about how we've been integrating with the Plunet API to create connectivity solutions for our customer. And I'll be even louder now. Good, it's nice to look out and see familiar faces after our networking session this morning. My name is Rachel Ferris. I lead operations at Acclaro, and I'm going to be joined on stage shortly by Michael Harris, who is our lead solutions engineer, who will be doing the demo part of the presentation. You'll get to see all this stuff live. I'm going to start out by telling you some about Acclaro, who we are, and some of our business needs that led us to develop this technology. Acclaro is a language service provider. We're in our 15th year of business. We have our headquarters in the United States in New York, and we also have offices in the States in Boston, where I'm based, and San Francisco, where Mike works from. In addition to that, we have global offices that provide language support in Argentina and Japan, as well as a production hub in Bangkok, Thailand. We have 85 full-time staff who work for us around the world, as well as a large network of linguists who support us for the wide variety of language combinations we provide our clients and the subject expertise we need to do the work. We've been working with Plunet since 2010. In business terms, Plunet's the backbone of our business. It's our ERP. We're using it to manage all of our projects, our financials, and our resources. This will give you an idea of some of the customers that Acclaro works with. We work with many leading global brands. We have a sweet spot kind of in the IT and the retail space that's developed for us over the years. Kind of traditional ways of working, emailing files over, putting them on FTP, are just too manual and too heavy in this kind of environment of continuous localization that we're working with constant updates and changes. There's also been a shift that there's a lot more solutions available in the space tech-wise that are available to our customers to help solve some of their pain points around connectivity and automation. We work in tools like SmartLing, Transifex, and CloudWords that our customers are licensing. And it's good because it helps our clients. It makes their lives easier. But the backside of it for us as an LSP is sometimes that's just not as efficient of a way for us to work. It means that our project managers are having to track deadlines and statuses in two systems, transfer word count information manually between the two systems. And also our linguists are then having to learn new TM tools and CAT features and always working between different products, which just isn't as efficient for them. So in light of all of this, we started working on some initiatives to start developing solutions that would help address our clients' pain points, but also help give us more operational efficiency internally to have a streamlined process so we could follow our processes that have been established that are powered by Plunet. So we started off our initial development work focusing on API development. We created an Acclaro API, and that's really the connectivity with our customers and to the content partners that we're integrating with. It's a RESTful web services API. We picked that because it's very flexible. We find that it's developer friendly and something that's easy for our customers and content partners to integrate with. This API is integrated with the Plunet API directly. We take advantage of its connectivity to Plunet to hit all the main features that we're using in Plunet to execute our projects. This is an overview of what our platform has evolved into in the last year. You'll see it live in a moment with Mike, but this year we added the My Acclaro dashboard. We found that we needed a hub in the middle to control this connectivity and a way for our clients to see status and financials and word counts and things that was integrated with the APIs that we're working with. So on the left side of the screen, you see how the hub is integrated with our API and our customer content systems. We have integrations with Wordpress and Drupal that we'll be showing you a bit about today. And on the other side, we're able to push the content into Plunet and follow our traditional production process, which keeps us working efficiently. All right, so that is our overview. I'll have Mike come up and give you a live taste of how all of this works.
I'm going to start in our dashboard. As Rachel mentioned, this is kind of the central place for our customers to come and see some selected reporting information about their business with us, but also to manage their API access. You can see we have a few different widgets that allow them to track, to see what orders are in progress, pick up files, and see some statistics on what languages they're translating, how much they've done overall, and to communicate with their team at Acclaro. They can launch an order here by uploading files. And once you do that, it goes into this project creation widget where you're allowed to confirm the files that you have uploaded, and you can also add reference files if that's needed. On the next page, you're able to select your languages, so we're just going to do one language. Then here you're allowed to name your order and request a due date, all pretty logical order things. And you're allowed to ask if you need a quote and to give the option to automatically approve the quote if it's below a certain amount. And so now that we've collected all this information, our integration with the Plunet API is going to push it directly into Plunet and create the order for us. If we come back to our orders here, we can see that we have demo live, we have some status information on when it was submitted, due date, the number of source files, etc. If I click in, I get a more detailed view of the order, including information on the files that I uploaded. Wrong button. And down here, you can see where the actual quote was created. And if I click this, it's going to take me directly into the quote in Plunet. Obviously, this is for our PMs, not for our clients. If I come down, I can go ahead and just add some cost to this quote. So back here on the order side, all of this is being synced regularly with Plunet. We have a poll happening about every 15 minutes. So unless I manage to time this just perfectly, it's not going to be synced yet. So I'm just going to go ahead and force it to sync with Plunet. So this is going to scan all of our orders and get all of the information and pull it back into our portal. There you go. And so now you can see that the quote is showing up in the portal. You can see the cost. You can download the PDF. And the client is able to accept the quote, request another one, or cancel the order, provide some comments. Now, this is just the normal experience for creating a raw quote with new files. The thing that's specifically helpful for our clients here is actually the API integration. So they can work with this through our API dashboard. I'm going to return to this in a minute. But for now, I'm just going to grab the API token, which is what identifies our clients to our service. And I'm going to move over to our integration with WordPress. So using the API, we're able to integrate with a lot of other content management systems. We have a few built-in connectors that we're going to show now. But in addition, we can allow our clients to create any connector that they want, depending on what kind of services they're using. So within WordPress, we are working with a pre-existing plugin called WPML. This is a very widely used WordPress plugin that gives multi-language functionality to WordPress sites. I think a lot of you have probably dealt with WPML and the very tricky XLIF files that it creates. So if I go into translation management and go to translators, you can see that we are able to select Acclaro as a vendor, and if we hit authenticate, all we have to do is paste in our API key to activate the service. So I'm going to go ahead and select a page, services, and then I'm just going to send one language. I'm just going to send Italian. I can add it to the basket. And then once it's in the basket, I'm able to select the vendor. So I'm selecting Acclaro here, and I can send it for translation. Now back in the sandbox, if I go to my orders, I should see a new WPML order has come up. And now I can manage that through Plunet just like I would manage any other order. The XLIF files have been pushed right onto the system, and there's not really any other interaction that's needed from the client. If we go back into the sandbox, you can see that we've been able to use this to develop several other kinds of connectors. We have connectors for Box, Dropbox, FTP, HubSpot, and Zendesk, and we'll have additional connectors coming out that Rachel will discuss in a moment. We also have a connector up and running for Drupal, and you can see a screenshot of that here. It works very similar to our WordPress connector. And again, whenever we have a new client coming in, regardless of the technology they're using, if they are using Django or Rails or any number of CMSs or development environments, we can simply say, here's our API, look at the documentation, look at the console, and just send us what you have.
So we've seen a lot of benefits in the time since we've been rolling this out and using it for our customers. We're finding that it allows us to really take advantage of what we have with Plunet and allow us to extend the connectivity with our customers and give them the solutions that they're looking for to make their lives easier with automation. We're getting feedback that it's really easy for customers to work with, even from developers with the API, which is pretty positive for us. We also like internally that it lets us keep working with our processes that are based on Plunet, so we can have a standard process for all the projects that we're executing. Another benefit we've had from a sales perspective is that we see as an LSP that more and more customers coming to us, they're looking for a language service provider, but they're also looking for tech solutions many times in that partner that they're picking. And we're finding with what we have in this offering that we're able to compete in a lot more deals before and have solutions to solve those pain points for our customers, which has been pretty positive for us too.